I'm still sitting here with Xuan-san, and we're talking about Zen and mostly yoga. I remember a couple of years ago I was talking with a monk who also practiced at Antaijin. We were talking a little bit about yoga and also about the differences, but also that it can help to, for example, do yoga before meditation. When we were talking about the differences, one thing I said is uh, in Buddhism, it's about letting go of, well, the ego. And like you talked in the last videos a little bit about this kind of locking. And for example, locking the bandha also prevents the energy from flowing out. You don't want the energy to flow out. While in Buddhism, this idea of I don't want to lose this energy is a little bit, well, egoistic. Like, well, why don't you want to lose it? I mean, maybe it helps others. Why don't you just let it go and help others to suck up this energy? And one thing I said in this thing, which is maybe a little bit challenging, or it's maybe I should keep it to myself. But basically, what I said is, in Buddhism, I find more people that are kind of soft and nice, and in yoga they are very soft with the body. They can do lots of things like athletes, but the ego sometimes is very strong.
Yes.
And maybe it also has...
I can do it. You cannot do that.
Exactly. And so you sometimes wonder, well, this guy has done 10, 20, 30 years and he can do all the asanas.
Yeah.
But does it help him to let go of his ego? Maybe not. So does this maybe have to do, or in my mind it could also have to do with this idea of locking and not wanting to lose and not wanting to let go of the energy.
Yeah, so I from my studying and my experience, the yoga and Zen, the big difference is yoga has a purpose. Yoga's purpose is to get samadhi, but for Zazen, for nothing.
Yes.
When you say here, you're enlightenment, whatever you. But for yoga, we have purpose for to get a samadhi.
Yes.
And I think the top real guru. They don't act like that. The real guru, right? For the people, they're normally, but a little bit better, maybe a little bit famous. We say master teacher. Maybe you can feel a little energy about that. It's very, how to say, normal, or you can say it's very common. You can see from the, I think because they think about asana too much.
I see.
Asana is only one part of your yoga practice, but maybe you think, oh, I wanted this asana, and then I wanted that asana, and then I want another one. So when you let your mind and your senses control your heart, then the ego separate, because you're not you and your heart, or you say, or in yoga we say atma or drashta. Or jivatma, it's the same meaning. If you engage your drashta, your true self, there's no ego. Your ego won't go out. But if you didn't stay in the yoga mind, you didn't stay the state of yoga, your mind, like oh, I want to be famous, or like, oh, I wanted to be good. So if you're always doing, how to say, it's like a business. If you're doing a business, you deal with all the other objects. Of course, your mind go into that direction. In yoga, we say it's buddhi, right? The buddhi mind. Buddhi mind is you calculate your logic. Oh, this is good for me, or this is not good for me. Is this to make me feel famous, or it is so you start to calculate. When you start to doing business with all those stuff, you're far away from yoga actually, because your mind is not connected chitta. Your mind is connected outside buddhi. Or
you're playing games.
You're playing other you're playing games with those stuff. Your mind go there. I think that's not real yoga. The real yoga is the inside mind. The first level is chitta, and then another one is pradya. Pradya mind is like when you're sitting on meditation, the flowing, you feel flowing. Also when you're dreaming, and you think, oh, I can be a flower, I can be a bird. When you're dreaming, you're flowing in your dream. That's a pradya, a mind. Also, there sattva mind. Sattva mind is silent. You need to be silent in your mind, like the river, or you see the ocean. If the ocean is silent, or the water silent, whatever around the water, you see exactly in the ocean or in the water. Your mind also, you need to be silent. Stop thinking. Tell your mind and your science, never mind, because those part is a practice part. In Sankhya or yoga philosophy, we say this word made by two different energies is Purusha and Prakriti. So all those part is practice. Practice is not reliable. You think you just get this asana. 2 months later, there another asana come out and it will change, and then there another one. It never ends. If you stay with your heart, you connect. You have a strong connection with your heart, with your true self. I love practice. I just wanted to be. I just enjoy the moment when I doing practice. Whatever the asanas, you don't care. You're in a nirodha mind. Nothing can go inside. Also, you won't change because the asana, because after that I'm going to be famous. You don't care. I think that's far away from yoga. That's the the modern society. The business, yes. Make a master, the real master doesn't need all those. The real master stay with themselves. They don't need anybody. They don't need anyone. They stay with themselves. The connection with their whole heart. They engage with their drashta. If you this connection strong, and then you have relationship with other people. It's more valuable. It's heavy. You know somebody with your heart, or you know something from your memory or from some, how to say, in yoga we say is samsara, like the patterns. It's totally different. So you need to stay in yoga, the state of yoga. You feel more valuable.
What you say is really also important for Zazen practice, and that's why we say it's good for nothing.
Nothing, yes.
Or I say you have to quit the game, because we start to play games with Zazen. I've been sitting for so many hours now, and now I have this fancy raksu, or I have an enlightenment experience.
Like I ask you, I wanted a bowl. Which one is? I want to buy a bowl. Which one is good?
yeah, or like in
whatever. Which one?
In Sogenji, in Okayama, it's Rinzai Shu, so they do the koans. And well, you were mentioning the asanas, and maybe some of the viewers don't know the word, especially the postures. So Ashtanga, you start with a number of maybe 4 or 5 basic postures, and then after a while, when you get them, the teacher gives you a new one, and each time you feel like, now I get a new one, and sometimes you feel, now I can already do it, I want the new one, but the teacher says, no, not yet, it's too early. And the same can happen in Zen with the koans, like you pass your first koan and you, wow, I got the koan, and I want the next, and I want to... So in Zen it can happen, and it's not only Rinzai, it's also with Soto. You get attached to anything. Now I'm the first monk, and now I can use the stick and I can hit this guy. People get attached to anything, everything. So quitting the game is really important, but it's difficult. I think
that's the practice. If you the attachment driving your mind to go to this direction, external direction, you just stop and you withdraw, you take it back. Then your mind or automatically go into your heart. You just stop.
You stop.
It's easy, but not easy. You can't stop. The thing is, how come I stop? I can't stop. Like I'm teaching my students, they're doing backbend stuff.
Yes.
It's difficult, or headstands. Don't think. I can. Don't worry, I can.
How do I learn to stop?
I can.
Stop.
Yeah. I can. You just stop. Okay, I can. That's so difficult. Most difficult part. So that's yoga chitta vritti nirodha. You have to always keep your mind, your heart engaged the true self, because the mind always, vritti is always moving. Try to put it back, engage, withdraw, take it back, keep you're in the state of yoga.
Good. Let's cut here once more.
Okay.